Dr. Craig Hazel here from Synergy Chiropractic at Creating Wellness Center in Canada, Ontario. Today what I want to focus on is getting the neurodynamics of the sciatic nerve moving through the hamstring. So essentially what you need for this is either a yoga tune-up ball. This is the alpha ball from Yoga Tune-Up Therapy. But you could also use a lacrosse ball or something similar that has a good firm feel to it. Okay, so what you're going to do with this ball, sitting on a chair, you're going to put the ball underneath the outside corner. Start at the outside edge near your sitting bone, right close to the edge of it. And what you're going to do is you can control the amount of downward pressure on the ball by suspending and holding your leg up or leaning over more and putting more force into the ball. But essentially what we're going to do here is we're going to shoot for 125 to 150 flossing movements. And you're simply just going to start to floss, attack all of those structures that are just glued together really down in the upper hamstring and across into that sciatic branch. So start at the outside corner of your hamstring, like I said. And what you're going to do is you're going to do about 8 to 10, then you're going to move the ball over half an inch, do again 8 to 10, really dig and try to find where some of those areas within the sciatic branch are really stuck and adhered together. Now here's the deal. If that sciatic nerve isn't tracking and moving properly, this can be really painful. You got to be careful. That sciatic nerve is in that area, so you've got to be careful to make sure that you're not on it. So if your foot starts going numb, you start getting more pain, you got to find somewhere else to start digging away at, but don't try and continue further. So as you continue to tack and floss, you can turn your toe out, you can turn your toe in, you can really start to get the corners there, try to figure out exactly where that thing is gummed up and glued up. And as you start to tack and floss, you're going to start to get it freed out. And what that means is that when you start to get that sciatic nerve flossing and moving properly, you're going to not have as much of that nerve tension down the outside of your leg. So one of the things that you can do to test before you start is do what's called a slump test. And simply what you're going to do is you're going to flex your head forward and your torso and then try and straighten your leg out. If you get a zing all the way coming from your back through your hip and into that nerve, there's tension on that sciatic nerve. We got to try and make sure that we can free that up. If you start to get into that position and you lift your head up and it gets better, well, that's a good sign. It means that things are sliding and moving a little bit. If when you lift your head up it doesn't, that's not a good thing. See your healthcare professional to find out exactly where that area is stuck and why it's not allowing that slide and glide to happen. So again, just using a yoga tune-up ball, a lacrosse ball, you can get to work on working that sciatic nerve and freeing it up. That's going to pay off huge dividends for taking care of that sciatica as well as that nerve tension that can happen on the outside of your leg.